Hello, welcome to EPG Pathshala Spanish. My name is Nabil Ansari and I teach Spanish in the Center of Spanish, Portuguese, Italian and Latin American Studies in Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. We are in the paper entitled Spanish Grammar 1. In this module entitled Uno, dos, tres, that is 1, 2, 3, you are going to learn how to say numbers in Spanish, mathematical rules in Spanish, and also you are going to learn expressions of quantity. So in this module we are basically going to learn about the cardinal numbers as well as ordinal numbers. Following are the basic Spanish numbers and patterns in which they are formed. So we start with the cardinal numbers, that in Spanish is known as los números cardinales, and cardinal numbers are used to express quantity, as we all know. So the cardinal numbers in English are 1, 2, 3, etc. So in Spanish we start with 0. So 0 is cero, then uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10. So these are Spanish numbers from 0 to 10. So 10 is 10. Then from 11 to 20 they are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So these were numbers till 20, and you please pay attention that on 16 there is one accent on the vowel E, that is 17. Oh sorry, 16. So from 21 to 30 the numbers are 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 y 30. So these numbers were from 21 to 30. So as I mentioned earlier that on the number 16, that is 16, there was an accent. So same way on the number 22 and 26 there is an accent. So 22 is known as 22. So there is an accent on O. And 26, that is 26, there is again an accent on this, that small line that you can see on the vowel E. After 30, that is 30, the numbers in Spanish are in the numbers in Spanish we add E, that is literally it will mean and. So if I say 31, it means 30 and 1. That is the literal meaning, but it will signify 31. So let's see numbers from 31 to 40. So 31 to 40, the numbers as you can see are written separately, that there won't be any single word, but there will be more than one word. So 31 is 31. So from 30 to 39, it is quite simple to form the numbers. And how to do that? 30 is 30, and after this 30 you add E, and after this E you just go on adding the number that you learned from 1 to 10, that 1 to 9, that is uno, dos, tres. So in 31, as we can see, 31 is 31. So how to form this? We took 30, that is 30, and then put E, which is like literally it means and then put uno, that is 1. So 30 and 1. This was the translation or the literal meaning, but it signifies 31. Same way 32 will be 30 y 2. So 2 is 2, 30 is 30, so 32. Same way 33 will be 30 y 3. So in English we say 33. So there is 30 and 3. In Spanish we say same thing, but we add E, 30 y 3. So following the same rule, if we want to say 34, so we will say 34. Same way, 35 is 35. 36, 36. 37, 37. 38, 38. 39, 39. So till 39 we have added 30 and then the number 1, 2, 3, and 40 is said as 40. So after 40 till 49 again the same rule applies, that is we take 40 and we add y uno, y dos, like this. For example, if you want to say 41, we'll say 41. If you want to say 42, we say 42. So if you want to say 43, it will be 43, and likewise till we reach 50. So 50 will be 50. So till 100 will follow the same rule, that is we take 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and after that whenever we want to say the number, we will just add y uno, y dos. So after 50, if you want to say 51, so it will be 51, 52, 52, till we reach 59, which will be 59, and then comes 60. So 60 in Spanish is 60. So 61 will be 61, 62, 62, likewise till we reach 70, and 70 will be 70. Same way, 80 will be 80, 90 will be 90, and then comes the 100, that is 100. So I repeat, the number in tens are: 10 is 10, 20 is 20, 30 is 30, 40 is 40, 50 is 50, 60 is 60, 70 is 80, 80 is 50 is 50, 60 is 60, 70 is 70, 80 is 80, 90 is 90, and 100 is 100. So you remember, till 30 in Spanish when we write there is only single word, and after 30 there is more than one word, that is we take the 30 and add y uno of 40, that is 40, and then again add y uno, dos, tres, likewise. So the numbers till 100 we have learnt till now. Remember, un is used before a masculine noun and una before a feminine noun, both for singular and plural for saying one. So you have learned one is uno, but if there is a noun and before that you want to say one and that object or the noun, then you will use un if the noun is masculine, and you will use una if the noun is feminine. For example, boy. Boy is masculine in Spanish, that is chico. If you want to say one boy, we will say un chico. So we will not say uno chico, but un chico. Same way, girl is feminine, so girl in Spanish is chica. And if you want to say one girl, then we will say una chica. Same way, these were these two examples that I gave was for singular, that is one boy and one girl. What if there are more than one boy or more than one girl? So if we want to say 31 boys, it means in Spanish we will say 31 chicos, because boys is chicos and 31 is 31 here. It is a bit different from the number that we learned, because we learned 31 is 31. But as I mentioned, before nouns, the uno will lose its O if it is coming before a masculine singular or plural noun, like we just saw that 31 boys is 31 chicos. Same way, 31 girls is 31 chicas. So it will not be uno chicas, but it will be 31 chicas. Now let's see how these numbers are used by people while talking about age. So we have learned till 100, that is till CN, which is 100. So let's see how people use these numbers when they talk about their age. I read a text. Yo tengo 17 años. Mi abuelo tiene 92 años y mi abuela 88. Mi padre tiene 52 años y mi madre unos 50. Mi tío tiene 44 y mi tía 39. Mi prima, que es muy joven, tiene 15 años. So as you can see, the way the numbers here in the audio or in the text are used for telling the age. Now we use 100, that is CN, when we exactly refer to 100. For example, if I want to say I have 100 books, so I will say tengo 100 libros. So if we are mentioning the 100 number exactly, then we use CN. But if we want to say I have 101 books, so I will say tengo 101 libros. So remember, we use CN when we exactly refer to 100. For example, if I say I have 100 books, so it will be tengo 100 libros. But for saying numbers more than 100, that is 101, 102, likewise, or 110, 115, so for that we will not use CN, but we will use ciento. For example, if I say this watch costs 108 euros, then I will in Spanish it is said as este reloj cuesta 108 euros. So it will not be 108, that is 108, but it will be 108, which will be 108. So same way, if you want to say 185, so we will not say 185, but we will say 185. So you just need to remember that if we are mentioning the number 100 exactly, like 100 books, 100 boys, or 100 places, etc., then we can say CN. Otherwise, after 100, like 101, 110, 120, all these, we will use ciento. Now CN is used before masculine and feminine nouns. So CN remains same, that it will not change. For example, if I want to say 100 notebooks, so notebook in Spanish is cuaderno. Notebooks will be cuadernos, that is notebooks. So 100 notebooks will be simply 100 cuadernos. So it will remain, CN remains same for masculine plural as well. But if we are mentioning the feminine noun like women, so women in Spanish is mujeres, plural one. So if you want to say 100 women, we will say 100 mujeres, which means CN will never change whenever we want to mention 100, that is 100. So after CN, after 100, you have learned how to say 101, 102, that is ciento, uno, ciento dos, likewise, till you reach 199. So after 199, the number is 200. So how do we say 200 in Spanish? It is doscientos, or doscientas, that so 200 is doscientos. 300 in Spanish will be trescientos. 400 will be cuatrocientos. 500 will be quinientos. 600 will be seiscientos. 700 will be setecientos. 800 will be ochocientos. 900 will be novecientos, and 1000 will be mil. So as you can see that 200 is 2 is dos, and 100, as we have learned, is after 100, that is ciento. So in order to say 200, we simply add both and it becomes dos cientos. Same way 300 becomes tres cientos. 400, 4 is cuatro, so it becomes cuatro cientos. But 500 is not cinco cientos, but it is quinientos. So it is a bit different, the formation. And 600 is again same, that is 6 is seis, so we add cientos and that it becomes seiscientos. But 700 is not sietecientos, 700 is setecientos. 800 again same, that is with 8 is ocho, so we add cientos and it becomes 800, that is ochocientos. 900 is not novecientos, but it is novecientos, so it is also a bit different. And then comes the 1000, that is mil. Now let's see some examples from of the numbers from 200 to 900. So 200, for example, if I say 219, so we will say this as 219. If I say 580, so I will say 500 is quinientos, so 580 is 80, so 580 is quinientos ochenta. Same way, one random number which I took is 856. So 800 you have learned is ochocientos, and 56 is 56. So 856 will be 856. Likewise, after 200 till before 1000, you just add the numbers. That if it is 300, you say 300, and after that, if it's 50, you say 50. So 350 will be 350. So you just add the numbers. And after mil, that is 1000, if we want to use this 1000 till 1999, so it is again you just add mil before the number. That is, if I want to say 1998, so I can say 1998. So let's understand it in a bit easy way. So let's break it up. So 98 is 98, 900 is 900, and 1000 is mil. So if the number 1998, we just write all the numbers as it is. So 1000 is mil, 900 is 900, 98 is 98. All the Spanish numbers can be memorized in a straightforward way, that you can memorize all this number till 2000, that we have 1999 that we have seen. The use can be confusing for people new to Spanish. Now, numbers made up of more than one part are often formed differently than they are in English, and some Spanish numbers change accordingly to the gender of the noun they apply to. For example, in the numbers after 200 till 1000 or till 900, you have learned that 200 is 200, 300 is 300, 400 is 400, 500 is 500, 600 is 600, 700 is 700, 800 is 800, 900 is 900. So for all these numbers will change if the noun that comes after these numbers are feminine. So for example, if there are 200 boys, so boys are masculine, so it will remain as it is, that is 200 chicos. But if there are 200 girls. So girl is the feminine, so girls, which is plural, which will be chicas in Spanish. So 200 girls will be not 200 chicas, but it will be 200. So for feminine plural 200, the number will change into 200. Same way, if we want to say 200 euros, the euro is masculine in Spanish, that is un euro or el euro. So euros is masculine plural. So for following the same rule that we learned, that the numbers from 200 to 900 will follow the gender and number of the noun. So if it is masculine plural, then we will say 200, for example 200 euros, 200 euros. And if it is feminine, that is rupee is feminine in Spanish, rupias, which is said as rupias. So 200 rupees will be 200 rupias. Likewise 300, 400 will also change according to the gender. So following the same example, if you want to say 300 boys, we will say 300 chicos. But if you want to say 300 girls, then we will say 300 chicas. Same way, 400, 400, 400, 500, 500, 500, 600, 700, 700, 600, 600, 600, 600, 700, 700, 700, 800, 800, 800, and 900 will be 900, 900. But remember, for 1000 we never use un mil. So literally un means one and mil will be 1000. So 1000 in Spanish is only mil, that is, and not un mil. After 1000, if you want to say 2000, you simply add the number. So 1000 is mil, and after 1000, if it is 2000, you simply say dos mil. 3000 will be tres mil. 4000, cuatro mil. 5000, cinco mil. And same way till 9000, that is nueve mil. And 10,000 will be 10 mil. So these were the numbers till 10,000. So just an hypothetical example, if we take 9,850, so we will say 9,850. So after this 10,000 comes 100,000, that is 100 mil. 100 means we learned it is 100 and 1000 is mil, so 100 mil. And then 1 million will be un millón. 2 million again will be dos millones. Till and 1 billion will be un billón. Now let's take some more examples of the numbers that you have learned after 10,000. So for example, if we say 10,915, so 10,000 as you have learned is 10,000, 900 is 900, and 15 is 15. So we add all these together and we can say 10,915 as 10,915. Same way, if we say 38,651, so 38,000 is 38,600, again 600, and 51 is 51. So 38,651 will be 38,651. Another example, for example, if we say 9,14,172, that is we say in English. So for all these lakhs we will translate it in thousand. So actually it is so if you want to say 9,14,172, so this 9 lakh is actually in Spanish will be counted as 914,172. So this 914,000 will be said as 914,000 and 172 will be said as 172. So 9,14,172 is said as 914,172. Now, unlike English, a full stop and not a comma is used between digits. So as you can see, if it's 10,000, in English we put after 10 one comma, but in Spanish we put a full stop. So if it is 1 million, so after every 30 we put a full stop and not a comma. And if the number is in decimal, that in English we put a point, that is one full stop and then the number. For example, if I want to say 0.5, then there will be one stop and 5, but in Spanish we put a comma. So 0.5 will be said as 0,5. Same way, if you want to say 2.8, so this will be said as 2,8. So this point in Spanish is said as comma and written like a comma of English, as you can see here. Now let's learn some mathematical rules of Spanish. That is, when we say plus, minus, how do we say this in Spanish? So plus sign is said or pronounced as más. Minus is said as menos. Multiply is said as por, and divide is said as entre. So for example, if I say 35 plus 20 is equal to 55, so this will be said as 35 más 20 son 55. And if I say 10 minus 6 is equal to 4, so this will be said as 10 is 10, minus is menos, 6 is 6, so 10 menos 6 son is for R. So 10 minus 6 is equal to 4, or R4, we will say the same thing as 10 menos 6 son 4. So for other signs also we do the same thing. That is, for multiply we will tell the number, then por, and then the number, and when we want to say is equal to, that will be said as son, or s if the result is 0 or 1. Now these were all that we covered till now regarding the cardinal numbers, that is 1, 2, 3 till 1 billion, and also some mathematical rules, signs like plus, minus, divide and multiply. Now let's talk about the ordinal numbers. What are the ordinal numbers? They are first, second, third, like that in English. So the ordinal numbers might be thought of as the adjective form of the cardinal numbers, which are the numbers in the form they are most often used. Thus 1, that is uno, is a cardinal number, but first is its ordinal number, that is, first is its ordinal form. So ordinal numbers are first, second, third, likewise. So how do we say ordinal numbers in Spanish? So let's see. So the ordinal number is in itself said as los números ordinales, that is ordinal numbers, and first will be primero, second will be segundo, third will be tercero, fourth will be cuarto, fifth will be quinto, sixth will be sexto, seventh will be séptimo, eighth will be octavo, ninth will be noveno, and 10th will be décimo. So I repeat once again, that is primero, segundo, tercero, cuarto, quinto, sexto, séptimo, octavo, noveno y décimo. Now when when they are used as an adjective, that is ordinal numbers should agree with the noun they refer to in both gender and number. So for example, what it means is that if we want to say the second car, so car is el coche, that is masculine, so we will say el segundo coche. But if something we want to say which is feminine in Spanish, for example time, la vez, which is feminine, so if you want to say the second time, we will not say el segundo vez but la segunda vez. So remember that these ordinal numbers will agree with the number and gender of the noun. So if the noun is masculine, it will be like primero, segundo, tercero, but if the noun will be feminine, that is la, then it will become primera, segunda, tercera, likewise. And while talking about the ordinal numbers, there is one exception, that is the first and third that you have learned, that is primero and tercero. When it comes before a masculine singular noun, it will become primer and tercer. For example, my birthday in Spanish is said as el cumpleaños, that is singular. So if you want to say my first birthday, it will be said as mi primer cumpleaños. And same way, if we want to say my third birthday, it will be mi tercer cumpleaños. Or if we want to say his third prize, the prize is a premio in Spanish, which is masculine singular. So if you want to say his third prize, it will be su tercer premio. So primero and tercero will lose its O when it comes before a masculine singular noun. And the ordinal numbers, these first, second, third in Spanish, are used till 10th, and after that cardinal numbers are generally used. So 11th will be 11th can be said as once, 14th can be said as catorce, likewise. So when the ordinal numbers are used with names, the word the is not written in Spanish. Remember that. For example, if you want to say Alfonso the fourth, we can say Alfonso cuarto. If we want to say Isabel the second, we can simply say Isabel segunda. Segunda because the Isabel is a feminine, that is a woman. So now let's see some expression of the quantity. Expression of the quantity, like with the cardinal number, we say half, 1/3, 1/4. How do we say this in Spanish? Spanish we say half as un medio, 1/3 un tercio, 1/4 un cuarto, 2/3 will be dos tercios. Same way 2/4 will be dos cuartos. Also expressions which are given below are used with a noun. For example, half of will be said as la mitad de, that is la mitad de means half of. A chunk of is said as un pedazo de. A slice of is said as un trozo de, or a slice or a piece of is said as un trozo de, or una porción de, or una rodaja de algo. Now let's see how we express multiple quantities of the numbers with an ending ble or play in English. For example, in English we say double or triple or quadruple. So this is said as doble is double, triple is triple, and quadruple is quadruple. For example, if we want to say 18 is double of 9, we can say 18 es el doble de 9. So if you want to say use 3 parts flour to 1 part sugar, then the same thing be said as pon el triple de harina que de azúcar. So 3 parts is el triple. So same way, for expressing collective amounts, the ending ENA is used. For example, we want to say dozen, it will be docena. If you want to say hundreds, it will be centena. For example, if I say I want a dozen eggs, I can say quiero una docena de huevos. Or if as an example, if I say they publish 100 copies of his novel, so it can be said as publican una centena de ejemplares de su novela. Now in this module you have learned cardinal and ordinal numbers, mathematical rules in Spanish, and also you have learned these expressions of the quantity. Now if you want to practice more and if you want to do exercises, you should refer back to the e-text. And also in the video all the informations were not provided, so it is advised to you that you go back to the e-text to know more. And e-text will also have links which will take you to the other websites where you can learn more about the Spanish numbers. Thank you.